Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. How are you?
Doing all right. Not dead yet.
I'm fighting analytics and it doesn't make me happy, but it's fine. Analytics are important. Gotta make sure it's set up.
Yeah, and I mean they're not always going to work the way you want them to. So persistence and
Yes.
patience equals progress, right?
Yes.
So good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Dark Roast. I'm Donna Stroll, and I'm here with my beautiful and always super talented and busy co-host, Rose Short. And
Morning.
today our big chat is going to be about PLR and MMR. That's private label rights and master resell rights. It's actually MRR, master resell rights. And this was formerly known as white label content, right? So it's not new. It's just been rebranded a bit. Um, So, and I'm sure that a lot of people have actually heard about the MRR specifically because that's a big thing right now. Um, there's like sell this program, get 100% of the profits and all of that. So we figured, you know what, this would be a good time to sort of give a chat about that. So we're going to talk about what each is, their pros and cons, what they are for your business, and also what they're not for your business. Because I think that that's important that people understand not just what they can do for you, but also what they really can't. So,
Yeah. I agree because I think there's a lot of buzz around it right now because it all sounds good, right? Find this $600 product and sell it once a day and you'll make, this much a month and blah, 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 blah. But it's not always as easy as it sounds. And if everyone's doing the same content, then it's still the same product that you just put your brand on. It gets kind of confusing.
yeah, absolutely. So, I figure we'll start with the PLR content, okay? Because that's more of a one off. We'll get into the bigger one a little bit later. So, PLR content is basically pre written content, pre formatted content that you purchase the rights to, which means that it's yours. You can edit it, you can do all the things that you want to it. Um, it's it's good that way because it does provide you some really good structure and some really good bones. Um, it's usually used for like blog posts. There are some now that are geared towards like social posts, your email sequences, stuff like that. So it's really good for helping build out your digital resources. Um, some positive things about PLR is this is going to save you time. It's definitely going to save you time in your content creation. And you can customize it to match whatever your brand is, which is really important, right? And it can be versatile, right? So, like I said, you can use it for your blogs, you can use it for your social media, you can use it for your email campaigns, or even your ads. You can use it for that sort of stuff. But there are definitely some drawbacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the biggest drawbacks for me is the copy and paste of the email sequences. That stuff drives me insane. I get lost in the computer basically, and I'm just like, this is terrible. I hate it. And if you don't edit it, then it leads to a lot of market saturation and a lot of the same emails being sent out. So if somebody ends up on like 3 different email lists and they're all the same emails, there's nothing differentiating you. So it does require editing to make it unique, or at least it should. And then there's SEO risks as well if you don't properly customize it.
Yeah, and that goes for any part of it, whether you're using it for your blogs or, pardon me, whether you're using it for your blogs or you're using it for your social media content. If it's There's only so many times people can see the same thing and go, wait, what? Right? And a
Yeah.
lot of PLR content is available. I mean, it's all available to everybody, right? So you're not going to be the only one using it. So it works really well when you want to get something out quickly, or if you want to use it as a lead magnet. It's a great way to put together a lead magnet really quickly without having to, agonize over it for hours, because there's tons of ebooks and stuff like that for pretty much any niche.
Yeah.
And it can help you establish some authority just by having content available, as long as you're willing to do the work, to make it more personal. All
Well,
right.
and as long as you know what you're talking about, right? Like, you don't want someone to reach out to you and be like, "Hey, I bought this. Now, how do I use it?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Yeah, absolutely. And before you post up anything that's, PLR or even AI generated, do your research, right? Like, great, it can give you some information, but read what it is. Because also, the other thing that you need to know about PLR content is a lot of times it's old, right? Like, so it might be a few years behind the times, which is not necessarily bad, because a lot of information is evergreen, but you might have to go in and update some stuff and whatnot. And so it's important to read it over before you just drop it on somebody. And with the PLR stuff, you can, like, things that you can do to make it really work for you is, so like as a lead magnet, just make sure you're updating it and that it relates to whatever offer that you have, or for your blog and your social media content. Again, you can use PLR articles. They're great, but just, again, tweak, update. You can take them and break them down and turn them into smaller social media posts, which is really nice because that helps you a lot. So like if you get an article, you can break that down and then write posts about each section, and keep it nice and short and simple, just to keep your name out there and build your brand awareness and what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's more. Sorry.
I have the same problem today. Allergy season.
Yeah. So email sequences, like you were talking about, if you've got the template and, it's giving you the breakdown, it's really easy for you to flesh it out, make it more yours. But you've got a good template to start working with it. Because a lot of times when we sit down at the computer and we're going to do something, all that knowledge and all that information just goes bye, right? Mm-hmm. So having that PLR template, that breakdown, that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in your sequence, and then you can flesh it out and make it more personal, add your links, do those things that you need to do. It really can help you there. Another one is courses and products, because those are also PLR. So you might buy a course and then you make it your own. So you might re-record the videos, but it gives you a good structure to go from, to create. So that's cutting back a whole bunch of time that you can now, now you've already got the bones, you've already got the structure, and you can just refill it out with your own information. And then lastly, but not leastly, is you can bundle it with other offers, right? So say you're selling some affiliate offer that you really like. You like the course that you're selling, or you like the program, the education that you're selling, or the products that you're selling. You can add it as an additional bonus, or you can up the cost and bundle it and then pay the affiliate. When they come in and buy from you, you can pay, them, your affiliate, your upper affiliate or whatever, the full, their amount. So you can break it down that way a little bit easier.
Yeah, and you see this a lot with courses, right? That also have software as a service type things. So like you might have taken a course on how to build out funnels, and then of course they have an affiliate link to a funnel builder or an autoresponder, things like that. That's how a lot of people kind of get into all those things, is from the affiliate links of whatever course they took.
Yeah, and so it's a great way to bundle and get everything together. So
yeah. White label's great, but again, like if it's all the same stuff, like you see it a lot with Go High Level, right? Where like you end up with 3 different, or at least I've seen it, right? Up with 3 different accounts, and I'm like, these are all Go High Level. I'm like, okay, I could have just bought Go High Level.
Always. Yeah.
The,
No,
the danger,
I see that too. And it's like,
yeah,
so I could just rebuild this and go high level because, yeah,
yeah.
I need to buy it again.
And then the danger with white label too is if the company decides to stop using whatever it is, or because I've seen this happen as well, decides to cancel everybody that, all the sub accounts and whatnot, you could potentially lose everything. So white label is great, but it can also be dangerous if you're not backing up your stuff somewhere else.
Yeah. And also choosing, and some white label, especially when you're talking about services, that's where you have to be a lot more careful. Like PLR content is very much, it's yours. You can do whatever you need to do with it. But then the MMR content falls a lot heavier into that. You're kind of at the whims. So with MMR content or MRR, I always want to say MMR. It's just my brain is like, just refuses to say. So with master resell right content, it's a lot like PLR because it's a lot of done for you stuff. You can resell it to other people. So you see that a lot actually right now. You'll see a lot of programs that are really heavy into the master resell rights. And it sounds fabulous because you're getting this big, huge, you're getting courses, you're getting content, you're getting, social media content, email content, and it's like this huge, big thing. But you don't have any rights to edit it. You can brand it, yes, but you can't edit the content, which I feel is a bit of a problem. At least with PLR content, you can edit it as much as you need to. It's a great guideline, but with the MMR content, it's great if you're going to just as a startup, if that's what it gives you a good start place. But as your sole focus, it's a little bit, it's very limiting, right? So you buy this content, you can brand it, but you and everybody else has the exact same content.
Yep.
Which, I'm not a big fan of. So,
Yeah, we see it way too often as is. I've been following the same, like, oh, do this 7-second video and it'll go viral. And like, you see 8 people doing the same stuff. And it's like, come on, guys. Like, be unique, be yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, they're great for like, you can earn some profits fairly, if you're good at selling, you can earn some quick profits because you do get 100% resale value for it. So you buy it and you can sell it for whatever you want to sell it for. You can sell it to, some of them do have some limitation on how high you can go or how low you can sell it for, which is fair, right? They're trying to make sure that the market stays with whatever it is. And it can be good for, again, bundling, right? So if you want to add it as a part, as an addition to whatever it is your actual main course thing is, and you can sell it to lots of people, but again, you can't really customize it. So all you can do is customize the way it looks.
Yeah, it doesn't really build know, like, and trust for your brand either.
No, because you're just
Regurgitating
another talking head,
stuff.
right? You're just another talking head. You can't really use it for building a personal brand because you can't even add your style of communication. Like even if you're providing the exact same information, you can't tailor it to the way that you talk to people. So for me, I'm pretty casual, right? I like to talk to people in a way that's very comfortable and very casual. I've got my chat GPT is even trained to like, hey, how you doing? Right? Sure thing, we got that, no problem. Right? So if I'm going to train my AI to talk to me that way, like, why would I want to send out something that doesn't sound at all like me? And
for sure.
In reality, we all have different voice styles, and it even changes between male and female, right? So if you're a male and you're buying a female created MRR course and program, it might not sound anything like you. It might be very female centric, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it might really not be you. So you're going to put that out there and they'll be like, who the fuck is that? Right. So
Yeah.
like I picked up a PLR course because it was, I was like, okay, this is actually something, but I'm going to redo all the videos because all the videos are with male voice content, like male voice speaking. And not that I hate it. I mean, the information's decent, but it's missing a few things and it's definitely not my voice. Definitely not me. So I won't send that out into the world. Specifically, I want to make sure that, it's me that's giving the information.
Well, it goes against attracting your tribe too, right? Like we talk about it all the time. We talk about being unique, being yourself, like being okay with that is, you want to attract people that you want to work with. And if you're targeting these, whatever the original person's tribe is, it's probably not your tribe. And so it's probably not going to, flow right. Like one of the people that I'm on their email list, they always end it with God bless, which is fine. Not my cup of tea. So there's no way I would copy and paste those emails because I'm never going to say that to somebody. And so it's little things like that where it's like, you got to just have the ability to tweak it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying the MRR is bad because it is great for quick sales. It is great as additional and bonus content. You can brand it enough to at least look, have the same look across the board. It just won't have your personal touch to it at all. And there's nothing you can do about that because you haven't got the rights to make any edits to it. So it works when you just want to make some quick sales and you don't want to put a lot of effort into it. And I know people are making money with it, but like anything else, it's a flame. It's going big and then it's going to drop down because eventually that market's going to get too saturated. If you're in a niche that's got really low competition, then that might actually be okay for you. But if you're in the make money online niche, it's not going to be because everybody is looking for that. Everybody is trying to access that course, that information, and everybody's going to have that same thing. It can be really good for like one-offs, like holidays, those kinds of things where you've got like a holiday sale. And so you can utilize it, brand it, and put it out there because it's not something that you're doing a lot of. All right. So I think that that's where it can be useful, but definitely not for building your personal brand. It's a jump off point.
Yeah. And there are some actionable steps that you can absolutely take as well in strategy with that. So
yeah.
So like the low ticket ones is a good way, like the low cost offers or the tripwires, sell it at a low price product to bring leads into your funnel. And then from there, obviously you can sell them more unique stuff that's more tailored to like your voice, or just sell them the higher ticket MRR products that you might have. And there you can also do affiliate add-ons. You can do memberships. Like I'm a huge fan of memberships and subscriptions because it's recurring income, which is always great, right? And I mean, yeah, you're going to have subscribers fall off and others come on. So it's going to be a little variable, but pretty much you'll be able to plan ahead if you can keep those memberships or those subscribers going, what you're going to be making every month. And then you're working hard to make that first sale, but then at least, again, you're getting that recurring versus having to work hard every single month to get, to reset after like the high ticket has come and gone. And then, flash sales bundles, like you were talking about, those are always great. And you can pair MRR with PLR as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, because with PLR, a lot of the one-offs are like checklists and workbooks and stuff like that, which is fabulous, right? Because you need those things and people love those kinds of things. So why not? So some of the key difference would be like your usage right? With a PLR, you can edit and really truly make it your own. With the MRR, you've got the rights to resell it, same as PLR, but you have no rights to do any edits. That's a big one. PLR is actually not intended for resale. So you're not selling a PLR ebook, right? You're selling, you make your adjustments to it and then you sell it. Yeah. So you bundle it together with other stuff and you sell it. You don't sell it as a one-off. It's more of a giveaway or a structure for you to build on. Whereas the master resale rights is at 100% intended for resale. Okay. Then you've got customization. Again, like we've talked repeatedly, or that I've talked repeatedly because I yap a lot. The PLR is highly customizable, but it's meant to be highly customizable because the whole point is for you to utilize it to build out your stuff. Whereas the master resale rights is very limited in what you can customize. You can customize usually your colors, your branding, like your image, your visual branding, but you can't customize the content itself. PLR for market saturation, because you can make the edits, you can do what you need to do to make it stand out a little bit more. Whereas the master resale rights, you're going to come up against more saturation, especially depending on what your niche is. Yeah. All right. So, and then profitability. So PLR is definitely more about the long term, right? Because you're building products and it's more about building up your content and your stuff. So it's going to take a little bit longer to see the profitability from that. Whereas the master resale rights is definitely more about quick sales and less about your personal branding.
Yeah. Love it. But you can combine them as well, right? For maximum impact, which is great. So, you use your PLR as your lead magnet, and then your MRR as your tripwire, and then your main offer is probably an affiliate offer. And then you can use PLR and MRR products as bonuses. So all of these themes, like we always talk about how everything should point back to you or it should point back to one theme. Like all of these themes can work, and you're basically just taking the pieces out and building an offer that works, right? So they are great for that. And pairing it that way does give you a little bit more opportunity to kind of, attract your tribe and personalize and whatnot, because you're not just focused on the MRR. And that's a great way to really diversify your income streams, which I am, very pro, as well as make it a little bit easier on yourself.
Yeah. And if you're gonna use it, just make sure that it's going to work the way that you need it to work for your business. I'm just going to do something really quickly here. Just give me a second.
No worries. I would say, like, we talk about this all the time as well. If you're going to combine, an MRR with a PLR offer and things like that, make sure they're within the same niche. Like, don't get really excited about this, like, I don't know, cookbook that's a PLR and then mix it with, an autoresponder MRR. Like, make sure they go together.
Yeah. But that goes with anything, right? Like we always talk about when you're, if you're posting up content, try to at least relate whatever your image or your video is with whatever you're talking about or whatever you're promoting. So yeah. So some thoughts here is like PLR can help you build authority as long and brand consistency as long as you do customization. If you just take it and plop it out there, you're not going to have that. Whereas MRR is for your quick sales. So if you just want to try and make money now and get out, like get in, get out, this might be more for you. Or, you want to make some quick money now while you build out your brand, then again, the MRR might be a better stop for you. But I mean, that's the same as just buying any kind of high ticket as far as I'm concerned, right? Especially when you're talking about courses. So I feel like all in all, it's not a bad thing. I don't believe that either one of them is a bad thing. I think that you just really need to know what it is that you're using it for. And you're going to have to build a strategy out around either one of them, right? Even if you decide to go the master resale route, you're going to need to have a strategy because that's only going to get you so far down the line. Just like if you buy into a course, a high ticket course, and you learn some really amazing stuff, it's still only going to get you so far down the line. If you want to have a long-term business, right? I mean, unless you just want to be a salesman, in which case then it'll work for you until it doesn't, until that market is full, and then you move on. So it really depends on what your actual goals are in terms of your online business. There are, I'm just going to add this. So PLR Me is a pretty big one that for PLR content. I don't know if they sell MRR content or not, but they do sell like the one-offs, and you can buy everything from a single article to a full-blown course. They are very highly rated. They're actually one of the highest rated out there as far as PLR information, because there are some bad ones out there. Trust me. Yes, you can get some PLR content for free, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's from like 2014, 2013, 2012, right? So it's super old and not necessarily going to, unless you have a really evergreen type of thing, it's not going to be, it's not going to be useful to you. But it's a good place to try. And they do work on a credit system, and they give you like 2 credits a month, which is enough for like usually an article, right? Yeah. Or something like that. But it gives you an opportunity to take a look and see if it's something that you want to do. So if you're ever super struggling for content, you're just like, man, I just need an article, or I just need, some affirmations or whatever it is that you've got going on, you can pop in there and get one for free. And it's worth it to take a look around and see what they've got. I've picked up a few different things from there, and I like the fact that, yes, I can edit the crap out of them, and I can break them down, and I can do all the things that I need to do. So that's it.
Yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Just choose wisely.
Choose wisely, and it's a great way to add, to save yourself some time, or add value to your offers as an add-on, creating an add-on and all those kinds of things, or to pull people in. Just don't make it I feel like you shouldn't make it your whole focus.
Yeah.
And even if you're going to start there, make sure that you have a strategy to build out from whatever it is that you're doing.
For sure.
So, next week.
That's it. Next week, I want to talk about replicate what works without copying.
Yeah, see, it's funny because that's, I figured that would be a good plop onto the whole MMR, right? Our MMR. So basically, I thought we'd talk about taking a look at what's working for other affiliate marketers. Now, it's not necessarily going to work for you, right? But how to, model that success without just literally taking it and doing it
copy
again.
And paste.
Yeah, because that generally doesn't work, because they built their brand because of who they are and how they connected with people. And so, copy and paste isn't necessarily going to work for you.
Yeah, but there's lots of other, I think when people think about like looking at what works and copying it, they're thinking about like the short form videos. I don't think they take it far enough as to looking at like the audience sets or the keywords or the hashtags and things like that. So there's a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah, like the basic strategies of where are they, how are they doing it, like how often, and all those kinds of things, not just what content they're putting out there. So any rate, I want to thank everyone who stopped by today and popped on and stayed with us while we talked about this. If you got any value from this, please drop a like, drop a comment, let us know what you liked, what you didn't like.
Subscribe.
Yes, like ring that bell. And if you have anything that you would like us to talk about, by all means, please drop it in the comments. We love to hear what you think and what you think is important and what you'd like to know more about. So I think that's it. And that's all for us for today, my dear.
Yes.
So, all right, everybody, have a great weekend. Have a happy Friday, and we will see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.